Hello there, it's Sean, and welcome to this week's live premiere of my brand new training, The Strategic Setter. If you're watching this live with us right now, give me a hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the chat as well. Let me know who you are, where you are tuning in from, what time is it over there right now, and if we've ever had some kind of a conversation somewhere, anywhere, put in your first name as well, because sometimes YouTube, it doesn't show your name, it just shows a YouTube handle. So it would make me a really happy man if I know who you are and that you are tuning in. And we have Max. Okay, Max says that I've been driving around today with your YouTube videos playing in the background. Incredible value. Well done. Thank you, Max. I appreciate your comments, support, and engagement. And now I have a good sense of how some of you have been consuming my videos. You play in the background. Please remember to drive safely. And let me know if I'm right about this, but it seems like consuming my content on YouTube is much easier as compared to doing the same thing over in my Facebook group, my private Facebook group, because it seems like with YouTube you can just open up the app, whip out your phone, and then play it in the background. So let me know if I'm right about that. Then I will drop more of my content over here for you to consume at your own time. And the whole reason that I'm even creating this training today, okay, is I've been receiving an increasing amount of messages, concerns, okay, on this appointment setting. I'm not sure if it's the demand, the trend, where the industry is moving, but I'm getting the sense, and I do agree that appointment setting is an extremely important skill. This is the one skill, okay, that's responsible for breaking my income ceiling. Because for the longest time, I started as a closer first. Okay, back then there weren't a lot of these appointment setter stuff going on. So I started as a closer full-time 5 years ago, and so many times I've had to wait for opportunities and wait for calls, which brings me to another concern. I believe this was from Mark. This message was from Mark. But then I've also had a series of messages telling me that, I paid. And these are setters, these are closers, they paid for guaranteed placements. And when they claimed that guarantee, the companies ghosted them, didn't reply, didn't deliver. So why does this happen? Okay, a lot of times this kind of thing happens because we don't know how to protect ourselves. We don't know how to insure ourselves. And what I'm saying is appointment setting is this one skill that can break your income ceiling, because it ensures that you can always land opportunities. You can always book calls. And this applies to you if you are an appointment setter and you just want to specialize in appointment setting. This is your game, obviously. If you are like me, a closer, and you don't want to wait for calls, because as a closer, a lot of times I could only wait for the calls that are given to me, and then outside of those calls, I didn't know what else I could do. So apparently we can book calls for ourselves, we can source for our own opportunities if we want more. And why wouldn't we want more? If you are a business owner, you obviously know the importance of keeping all the leads all across your social media, your paid ads, your partner traffic everywhere. We need to track those leads, right? We need to nurture those leads. We need to move them effectively through the pipeline so that all year round, the machine is churning, converting, nurturing, planting seeds all over. So it doesn't matter what your role is. Appointment setting is a must-have, in my opinion. Okay, and obviously if you are a setter, you're a closer, you want to land opportunities. No, you should never have to wait for opportunities. You should have the independent ability to text people and land interviews and book calls. It's the same thing. If you already have an offer, you need to book calls for that offer. If you don't have offer, you need to book calls so that you land interviews, so that you get the good offers and you disqualify the ones who are not ready for setters and closers. Get the picture? If yes, type a yes in the comments. Okay, We have a Fiona who says, it is a humble privilege to be in Sean's community. I have met many coaches and gurus. Sean is the real deal, always giving value, inspiring others. Yes, thank you, Fiona. I appreciate your presence, comments, engagement and support. You're on the right path, okay? And you guys can feel free to keep these comments coming in, okay? I want your voice to be heard, and I really believe that you're on the right path because I've seen a lot of closers like you, and I've seen their day one, I've seen their first week, I've seen their first month, I've seen their first milestone, I've seen their first breakthrough, and you're currently on that path. You just need to stay focused, implement, get the right guidance, and you'll definitely get there. I have more faith and certainty in you than you might ever realize, okay? Which is why I think, Fiona, it's very important to start documenting your entire journey, because as you overcome those milestones, which I know you will, I think the position you're in now, okay, a lot of people watching my videos, okay, they are probably experiencing the same thing. So when you document your story, okay, in the future, okay, we can share them, and then we can show people, okay, how you, okay, achieve those milestones and got your wins. Now, what are we going to cover today? Okay, I have another training called the Complete Setter, and in that training I share my big story. I talk about how I started, I talk about the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs. So I'm not going to give you that big story today. I'm going to go straight into the training, and there are 10 core points that I'm going to cover. So if you haven't already done so, now is the time to take out your journal, your notebook, open up a Google Doc, anything that you dedicate to appointment setting in remote sales. Now is the time. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Take it out and get ready to take down some serious notes. Because today's training is technical, I know some of you like to just listen to my videos, okay, but there's no way you are going to be able to implement this if you can't remember. And there's no way that you're going to remember what I'm going to teach, because it's going to be quite technical, if you don't record what I say and take down notes and internalize them. Okay, some of you will say, hey, you often teach, the mentality, the mindset, and you teach the why. Where's the how? So here today I'm going to teach the how, okay? And you don't have to feel like, oh, I must invest in your paid stuff, then you're going to teach us the how. No, okay? Today, like whatever that doesn't require my personal time, anything that I've ever done before, or a resource that I've created, a script that I have, like whatever that doesn't consume my time, I'm very happy to send it to you. And there are a lot of messages coming in, so if I miss your message, just gently bump it up, okay? Don't harass me, don't spam me, okay? I have work to do as well. Okay, so if you're done, okay, today we're going to cover the 10 main points. First, we're going to talk about how not to set. That's a big one, okay? And then for those of you who are like brand new, we're going to talk about exactly what does a setter do, okay? And all paths leads to convos. That's short for conversations. Okay, sending text messages today is the fastest and most impactful way that you can create success for your online career, okay? In fact, in whatever you do, okay, this is the fastest way to make the maximum amount of impact, okay? Because without this, things are not flowing, okay? People, your prospects, they are not supported, your leads are not nurtured, okay? And the whole machine is not moving. So whatever you sell, okay, and for those of you sellers and closers, you know what you sell, you're selling yourself. So if your audience is not growing, is your convos are not moving because you don't know how to converse and communicate and express yourself well in a way that sells yourself clearly and with substance, okay? You are leaving so much on the table. So I hope that when I create this training, you don't like categorize it and say, oh, this is setting, it doesn't concern me, or this is appointment setting, it doesn't concern me, okay? This ability to sell yourself, okay, and type well and message well is such an underrated skill. Okay, it is a superpower. Like I said earlier, it's the only thing, it's the one thing that broke my income ceiling, because this like opened the floodgates. I no longer had to wait for opportunities anymore. You give me 1 hour today, I will go text 50, 100 people. You give me 1 hour today, I go add 50, 100 people. You give me 1 hour today, I go leave 50, 100 comments. Okay, I will make myself be seen. Okay, I will give out value. I will make connections, all from the comfort of wherever I am with my phone. Okay, and speaking of the how, okay, a conversation has a series of stages. Okay, what you want to do right now is to understand the stages and understand the progression and understand in each stage what must I fulfill, so that once this stage is fulfilled, I can transition to the next stage. I can sell the value of the next stage, and I can sell the value of either my product, or in this case, a sales call. That's what we do as apartment sellers. Okay, and when you send me your screenshot, okay, just one look, I can clearly pinpoint which stage, and you should be able to do this as well, okay, which stage the conversation is at, and what was missing or what you did well, and how to transition to the next stage. Okay, by the end of this training, okay, you should practice, and by the end of the practice, you should be able to do the same for all your conversations. Okay, and I can't imagine the impact that this will make for your career when you are able to effectively move all these conversations deeper and deeper through the buyer's journey, through their buyer's journey, into your seller's process, and eventually the sale. Okay, and that brand new relationship between you and your client, or you and your business owner, depending on what your role is. Okay, and I am going to show some clear examples. I'm going to walk through them word by word, face by face, for some of the calls that I've booked, and to show you the different styles that I set, because I know that different people do it differently. Different people teach this differently, and I want to show some examples of how I personally do it. I'm going to talk about the two big A's, okay, authenticity and authority, for this entire process, okay, and why it's so important. I'm going to address the big question, how to find opportunities, okay, and when you do land those opportunities, how are you going to ace those interviews when you have 10, 15, 20, 30 other people vying for that same position? How do you beat the competition and land that qualified opportunity? Okay, and apartment setting is not just about booking sales calls. A lot of times the prospect are already sold, or they're already very close to the sale. It's just that no one attend to them, no one check in with them, no one goes support them, so they're just like already 70-80% sold, but you don't know, because you didn't check with them, or you did check in with them, but you don't have you said the wrong stuff, you push them away, right? You don't have that touch to complete the remaining 20% and get the sale. Okay, a lot of times, even like, don't categorize this like I said. Okay, don't fix this into one pigeonhole, because if even as a seller, okay, if it's not even in your job scope, right, but you manage to get a sale from the DMs, okay, how is this going to impact your career? Because now you just open a whole new income stream, because if you close that sale, you get their commissions. Okay, and there's one bonus thing that I'm gonna walk you through. It's what I call triage calls, and the way that I do it is different from how most other people teach it. Okay, so I hope that once you experience my perspective, okay, and the way that I approach triage calls, same thing, okay, you unlock a whole new dimension to your game. Okay, so you have the generic apartment setter, okay, you have the generic closer, but you learn all this, okay, you have this set of different dimensions to your game, and you bring so much value to the table in a world where everyone else is just like, hello, this is who I am, and I want an opportunity, and I am based here, and these are the niches that I want, and it's all me, okay, but with the things that you've learned from me, okay, you can just directly give all these things that you've learned, okay, and this kind of action, it says so much about what you bring to the table, rather than I. Okay, and some people ask, like, Do I get a certificate if I complete your training? No, because no one's gonna look at your certificate and hire you. If having a cert, which I don't know who print for you and who frame it up for you, if I don't even have a cert, like, where's my cert? I have no cert. Okay, if having a cert is the only way that you can sell yourself, you really need to rethink about the whole concept of sales and the whole psychology of sales. And this piece of cert, okay, maybe there's some value in there, I don't know. Okay, but if you're able to sell that value, that's great. Okay, but I can tell that for most companies and business owners, they don't have time to look at your cert. They need calls booked. You know, they need sales coming in like right now. They need people to follow with their leads. Okay, so the best way for you to certify your results is to get results, get experience, improve yourself, document them, rinse and repeat until you realize that you don't really have the time to talk about your cert as well. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to cover is what not to do. And if you have done this before, okay, stop doing this. Okay, I have done this before, and once I realized my mistake, I stopped doing it. And if you've never done this before, great. Okay, and let's talk about why. What does it say about how this person sells? Okay, and this is one of the top trainers for apartment sellers in our industry. So it really shocked me that, and I know this is not him. This is probably one of his sellers who is extremely hardworking, hardcore, and I can understand why they do it. Right? It's just not aligned with my values. It's not what I believe in. It's not what I stand for. I believe in giving value first. I believe in making a positive impact first, and I believe that the first impression you make is so important. And can you imagine if this is how you set? Okay, what does it say about how you sell? What does it say about your relationship with your clients? What does it say about your whole understanding and psychology? And if this person is teaching people how to set, I can only imagine, okay, the kind of training that we're gonna receive, right? If this is what I'm getting. And how many times do you receive messages like this as well? Because every day I receive at least 3, 5, 10 of this kind of, the first message, I don't know the person don't know me. The first message is already a pitch. It's to take something, it's to ask for something, and it's always giving nothing of value up front. And it's, can you, I would really want to set for you because I really want to work for you. Okay, I always say this is the same thing as like going up to a girl and saying, hey, can you be my girlfriend? Because I would really want to be your boyfriend. Hey, where is the exchange of value? Okay, you have to sell yourself. You have to make the first impression. You have to give first. You have to earn and build that trust first. Okay, if you know, all these people could have been a sale, could have been a lifelong customer, could have been someone that you really, you know, create a lot of value together, and or become a recurring client, and so many good things could have happened with that person. But because you send this kind of messages, that door might be closed forever. And how many doors, and I can understand, you know, the cold call mentality, the door knocking mentality, like a numbers game, but really, do you really want to run a numbers game and close all those doors? Right? How about we keep those doors open like forever, because we keep giving values and we keep building upon it, and we start the relationship right. Okay, so I hope that my perspective on what not to do, okay, you write it down, you remember it, and most importantly, you understand why. Okay, because you don't want to close all these doors just by sending a message like this. You immediately get blocked, you know, you immediately get archived, you immediately get thrown into the other folder, you immediately just get swiped away. Okay, now, what exactly does a setter do? So for those of you who are like brand new, here's what a setter does. Okay, in our remote sales universe, okay, the companies do marketing, organic or paid, and the content is just going out there, right? The content is just going out there. So when the content is out there, the audience, the prospects, the audience, the consumers, the people who are consuming this material, they go through 3 phases. First, they become aware of the problem. Then they become aware of your process. And then they become aware of your solution and your offer. And all this happens with the support. Okay, with the support of marketing. And a lot of times, this pink box right here is missing. And that's where we come in. This is the phase in between marketing and sales. This is the phase in between marketing and sales. When, if only, someone could come in and engage the prospect. Okay, you don't have to say sell, you don't have to say sale. At this point in time, I'm just providing that bridge. I'm just providing that intimacy. I'm just providing that human touch. I'm just providing that personal touch. I'm just providing that presence to say, well, you've consumed our company's content. You've consumed our marketing. And I am here. I am present to talk to you, to have a conversation with you. Not to send you this kind of message. This is not setting. This is screwing the whole relationship up. Okay, I'm not here to make you feel that, oh, I want something from you and I'm so needy and I'm so desperate, and I'm not here to give you that kind of energy. I am here to make you feel supported. I am here to make you feel seen, heard, understood. You don't buy from me, that's okay. You don't become a client, that's okay. But if you need anything, if you have a question, if you want more support, whatever I can do, I am here. And if you haven't already done so, I am going to support you by bringing you to a no-pitch call. I'm going to bring you to a call, either with me or with my closer or with my influencer, but we are going to do that call. It's just that before you get on the call, okay, we want to clarify what is the expectations for both sides. Okay, then we do the call. Okay, and that depending on what the company does, okay, it could be, I've heard 1 call, 2 calls, 3 calls even. Okay, it doesn't matter what the setup is. Okay, but there will be a nurturing and support process. And obviously, if as early on as possible, if both of us can clearly see that it is not a fit, that's good. Then we don't have to waste time. But if it is a fit and you like my process, you like my content, which is a very high chance you will because you're already consuming our marketing, our content, right? Then we can talk about our process, we can talk about our clients, we can talk about our offer, we can talk about so many things on the call, right? But the call has to happen. But the call will not happen if we don't have an A-grade setter in the pipeline, in the DMs, in the messenger, making sure that all these conversations are flowing so that the calendar gets full with call booked, call booked, call booked, call booked, call booked. Why? Because we have a killer appointment setter in the inbox who is not selling, but he's great at building that connection. He's great at building that intimacy. He's great at giving that personalized and support. That personalized support, and regardless of whatever stage that all these prospects are, he goes into the inbox, he can see immediately, okay, I gotta say this, okay, I gotta send this resource, okay, I gotta follow up on this, I gotta scroll up, read the rest of the conversation, and this is what I will say. Okay, and the end result is call book, call book, call book, call book, so that the closer waiting at the calendar or the business owner who's doing those calls himself, he or she can come in and do their thing, and if there's no fit, disqualify. If it's a fit and they close, they get paid. You have a new happy client who is supported, and you as the appointment setter, you get paid. That's what we do as appointment setter. We book calls. Okay, that's exactly what the goal is. Okay, we want to keep bringing in qualified sales appointments for the companies. so that when those deals get closed, we are the ones who book the calls, right? We are the seller who got the calls booked, so we get paid commissions. And a lot of times these positions come with a base salary as well. So when you have that base salary as a permanent seller, because you're working multiple shifts, right? You're in the inbox, typing, sending resource, booking calls. When you have the base salary and then those deals get closed, and some of these are recurring commissions because they pay installments or they do monthly payments, in 3 to 4 months, okay, these commissions, the base plus the comms, can really start to snowball, and you can expect commissions like 3, 5, 7K month after month after month. And those 2 years that I work as an apartment seller, man, it was so fulfilling. It was so dependable, so secure. And not just me, but I know a lot of people who just specialize in apartment setting, and they are having a great career just doing this, because they don't have to go anywhere. They just need to set from their phone and from their computer. And if you look at this from a volume perspective, you just take a moment to digest and have a look at this diagram. Because for any company, okay, with happy clients, any company with high ticket offers, a lot of times this is what their business model is going to look like. Okay, give or take some changes here and there a little bit, but it's going to be more or less the same, where they have paid traffic because they run ads. They have organic traffic because they have content all over social media. Okay, or sometimes they do partner interviews, right? They do joint ventures, and they have all these new sources of traffic coming in, but it's all traffic. What is traffic? Traffic is people, it's eyeballs, it's potential buyers that are just streaming in it every day. They are in the email inbox, right? They are in the Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like any vehicle that allows you to put out content, start conversations, capture the names, the emails of these people. Even the website, okay, everywhere. I know because I have all these leads orbiting all over my networks. And well, guess what? No one, okay, is coming in to organize all these leads, to support all these leads, okay, to turn them from the mess that it is right now and say, I'm going to streamline all these leads that are orbiting all over the different touch points. I'm going to streamline them. And, well, in this example, okay, we might have a free offer. We might have a 197, we might have a 997, we might have a 7K, we might have 15K, 20K, whatever that is. But most of the time, these companies are going to have a series of offers. And when these offers convert and you can move them on to the next level and you continue to sell, who gets paid? The company gets paid. The business owner gets paid. Who becomes a happy client? These people that manage to find the solutions that they have been wanting for so long, they become happy, satisfied clients. And who gets paid? You, the apartment seller, for bringing in all these leads that no one attended to. They were so close to buying. You know, it's not that they didn't buy, they want to buy. The only reason they didn't buy is because they didn't understand the process. They didn't get that support. They didn't get that live human conversation. But because of you coming in to provide that support on the process, you support them on their pain, you support them on what the offers are, and they converted, well, guess what? You get paid. And this skill is becoming more and more in demand. Everyone needs to learn this skill. I mean, even my parents, okay, who are like 65, okay, when Chinese New Year, okay, they make Chinese New Year cookies. They are doing apartment setting when they reach out and they text their friends and they tell them about the amazing cookies that are on the way, and they send screenshots, they send pictures of the cookies, and they tell them the price, okay, and they get leads and they convert those prospects into clients. What are they doing? appointment setting, selling on chat, convo closing. So everyone, including you watching this right now, if you mastered this skill, what would that do for your income? And whether you want to sell your own stuff right now, down the road, whether you want to help people sell their stuff. Okay, and I want to be clear, okay, don't watch this training and come pitch me, because I don't have the time. And I'm selling for other people as well. And don't become one of those closers where the first product that you sell, okay, after becoming a seller or closer, is a program teaching people how to become a seller and closer, and to teach other people how to become sellers and closers. Okay, don't do that. Do the full circuit. Sell for marketing companies, sell for, I don't know, sell for insurance, interior design, dating, solar panels. Okay, do the whole circuit first. Okay, then you can sell people the dream. Okay, but if you haven't already gotten there, train yourself on the skills. Go get the experience in different niches. Okay, don't come and pitch me. I want you to get experience and find success. Okay, then we'll talk. Now, when those conversations are actually happening, what is actually happening? Okay, there are 6 stages in total that needs to happen. Of course, sometimes you could get good enough to break some of the rules here and there, or sometimes they just love your stuff so well that they already go ahead and book the call, or they are asking you, and you'll see this in some of the conversations that I will show. Okay, they want the call. Okay, so these are not hard and fast rules, but most of the times when I see the screenshots that you guys send me, it's very clear that the sale happened or the call got booked because these stages were properly fulfilled. Sometimes if it's the sale didn't happen, or the call was booked but the prospect no showed, or the call was booked but very, very low quality, you know, they jump on the call just to chat, they jump on the call just to pick your brain, they jump on the call just to get free advice and waste your time. When this kind of thing happens and I look at the conversation, a lot of times I know, okay, one of these stages were not properly fulfilled. Okay, obviously the first time that you even connect with a prospect, we talk about rapport. This person teach setting, you know. Does this build rapport? Yes or no? Does this, what is rapport to you? To me, put in the comments, what is rapport to you? To me, rapport is about establishing trust. In a world where everyone wants to sell to everybody, in a world where you don't know who's behind all these messages, in a world where people make promises and they don't deliver, trust is the ultimate currency. Okay, trust is the most important thing when people online don't take responsibility for delivering what they promise. And what becomes the most important? Trust becomes the most important, because it doesn't matter what you say anymore. Anyone can say anything now. Anyone can promise anything now, but do you deliver? Can you be trusted? Why should I prioritize and respect what you have to say? What makes the difference? Okay, so in the content that you send, in the way that you support your prospects, in the way that you type, people can tell, you know, if that's AI. People can tell if that's a genuine human having that presence, that concern, and the ability to support. People can tell, people can feel in their gut. People know. Like, why did you ignore the last few messages that you ignored? It's because in your gut, you didn't feel the rapport, right? You didn't feel the trust, right? You didn't feel the connection, right? So how can I give you a script and say, okay, as a permanent seller, you want to build rapport? You say this: hey, emoji smiley, it's so awesome to connect with you. How is the weather in your country right now? Technically, I could do a series of scripts and I could send it to you, right? But would that be real? I mean, how do you connect with people in real life? How do you make small talk? What are you genuinely curious about? What are you genuinely interested about? What makes you feel good about this person? These kind of things is sales 101, yet it's not stuff that I can teach you. Because if you have a problem making a real connection with someone, then you might really need to think why. Because I had the same problem. You know, my influencer gave me feedback and said, Sean, you're great in all other areas, but you're kind of missing a bit on the rapport. And I thought about it and I realized why. Because all these other things I can train, but why am I missing on the rapport? And I realized that, you know, in real life, I don't really like to make small talk. And I push people away when they make small talk. And why? That's my problem. So when I reflected on that, my ability to connect effectively, fast, deeply with people increased dramatically. All because I understood the essence of rapport and not a technique of rapport, which very easily you can get from anyone else. You just get all the scripts, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work if it's not you. It's not going to work if that voice is not authentic. It's not going to work if it's a script. Hey, emoji, how is the weather in your country? Anyone can say that. But is it real? Okay. So once you're able to do once you're able to do rapport well, okay, that person knows. And that person, you will see that person replying. You will see that person wanting to mirror that warmth to you. It's very fast. You see ... They're typing, then they reply fast. Okay, it just happens. They want to talk to you. When that happens, you know that you have your rapport down. You've already gotten the ability. Okay. The next phase, if you want to understand, is this person actually someone you can serve? So what's the first question I ask everyone on this training? Who you are, where you're from, tell me about you, right? That's my background check, because I want to know in the first place, are you a person who is potentially someone I can serve? Because if you're someone who's at the wrong place and I can't serve you, then the sooner we get it out of the way, the faster, the more time we can save for each other. So background is, any information is information. What's your history? What's your story? Why are you here? What are you currently going through? Okay, tell me more. Right? So if you can get this in a conversation because you have good rapport, because you have a strong bond, okay, a lot of the information that you need to continue serving this prospect is going to come to you. They will tell you the story, they'll tell you what's happening, they'll tell you their journey, they will tell you everything you need to make sure that this is your ICA, your ideal client avatar. Okay, so now, if we have established rapport, if we have established background, we need to find out, what do we want to achieve? What is the goal? This is the easy, direct question. You just ask, okay? What are we here to achieve? What's the big goal? If you ask about the specific goal, if you ask about income goals, it might break the rapport, and you never want this. You cannot say that, oh, I've already done my rapport, so it's phase 1 and I'm done. No. I put 1 at the start, but it doesn't mean it ends there. It stays like a thread throughout the entire conversation. You know what I mean? Once you break the rapport and they feel like, oh, you're a bot, you are a salesman, you are just trying to sell me and I'm not going to reply anymore. Just like all these guys, once the rapport is broken, I'm not going to reply anymore. Once you start typing like that, the whole sale is gone, the whole relationship is gone. Okay, so why would we set like that? You don't do that. So if you ask like income questions, personal questions right off the bat, I mean, if the rapport is there, great. Okay, you can ask. But if the rapport is not there and you ask, okay, they're gonna feel very intrusive. Like, why are you asking this kind of business questions when the context is not right? Of course, yes, some people want you to be direct. Some people are direct, so you got to read the room and get the context right. Okay, don't say Sean said this and then Sean didn't say this. Read the room, read the context. If obviously the prospect is like, I'm not one for small talk, whatever you want to ask, let's get to the point. Read the room and do your thing. Okay, but if the prospect is not ready for that and they need more support, they need more nurturing, they need more time, they need more connection, yeah, then same thing, do your thing, and you can ask a big question first. What's the big goal for this year? What's the big thing you're working on right now? What's that project you're currently focused on right now? Or see their profile, see their content, see what they're currently doing, and talk about those things. Okay, once you have uncovered that they have a purpose, they have a goal, and if you can help them on that goal, that's great. Now you're at the right place, right time to talk about why are we not there yet? What could be in the way? What are some problems you might be experiencing right now? And sometimes you'll be surprised when you do this right. You haven't even asked them, they already tell you. So your job is just to clarify. Okay, so if it gets to the point where obviously, and this can happen really, really fast. You know why? Because of your profile. Because of the profile that you use to set. A lot of times the reason they even reply to you, a lot of times the reason they even go this deep into the sales conversation is because they already know that you can help. Otherwise they won't reply. They already know that you are a business owner, you are a coach, you have a solution, they know. Like when people are being set, they know. Like when you're being set, you know, right? Like when I'm being set, I know. And the only reason I keep, replying, telling the person more is because I know that actually you can help me, and I want help. Okay, so a lot of times it's a very direct process. Okay, and if it gets to the point where they already want the call, okay, phase number 5 is optional. Some companies really want you to do it, and then some companies, they want to optimize for volume, so they don't do it first. But sooner or later, we will have to qualify. Okay, is this something that you want to solve now? Is this urgent? Why? Are you at a place where you are able to invest in yourself, or are you just shopping around? You know why? Because a lot of times when companies optimize for volume and they say, let's have a chat, let's get on the phone and jam back and forth, like whatever the hell that means. Pros and cons, okay? Pros and cons. You will get an increase in volume. At the same time, you have a lot of people coming on the calls to really, they just want to chat, they just want to jam back and forth, and they really just want to pick your brains, and they have no intention to buy, they have no intention to solve your problems, to solve their problems. They have no understanding of you and your process. So these are very high quantity calls that come into your calendar. At the same time, the quality is very low. Why? Because the person who built this call missed out on all these things. So do you want high volume of book calls and then find your ideal prospects in that sea of book calls? If you want, go ahead. Just say, hey, let's hop on a call. Let's hop on a call. Now, who wants to call more? You or the prospect? You have to think. Okay. Or do you want lesser quantity and a more stringent qualification process, so that by the time someone ever gets to a call with you, they know it is a sales call. They know what your process is. They know that if it's a fit, there will be an investment. They are not time wasters. It's really your choice. Some companies, they really, really want to maximize for quantity because they believe their closers can somehow get the job done. If that's your belief, that's great. Some companies, they want a more stringent process of qualification because they don't want to waste time. It depends on what your choice is. If you ask me personally, I don't like to waste times. I prefer to be direct on chat. I prefer you to know exactly what my offers are. I prefer you to know exactly what my processes are. Okay, so if we ever do a call, and I think because of this method, a lot of times I don't even do sales calls. Okay, so it's really your own style and what works best for you, and different people have different zones of genius, so it will probably take some time for you to figure out what is your best style. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay, this is what I call the bump method, and a lot of times the sales that come in or the calls that come in, it's just because I sent the message. And I didn't need to do this, okay, but because I did, okay, rapport, he's giving me the background himself, right? and I'm not really pushing for the sale, right? But I do ask, okay, do you want to talk? Okay, and because this happened, okay, he booked the call. Okay, and this would not have happened if I didn't send a message. And like I said earlier, these are people who want help. And because no one was in the inbox, I mean, if no one was in the inbox giving that support, this call would never have happened, right? So for those of you business owners or even closers, apartment sellers, how many conversations you could have salvaged? How many relationships could you have salvaged? How many sales could you have salvaged if you just check in on the person? You know, there's so many people out there that need help, that want help, and they are keeping quiet. And you, if you are a sales specialist, you cannot expect them to take the initiative. You cannot have that mentality. You have to own the initiative and say, I am going to reach out, I'm going to check in, I'm going to talk to that person. Okay, this should be your mentality, and this is the essence of the BUM method. And you can see I didn't really fulfill all 6 phases, right? Like background is all from him, urgency is all from him. Okay, and later on I'll explain why I can get away with skipping all the phases. Okay, but if it's fulfilled, it is fulfilled. Okay, you don't need to keep checking him, you know, hey, how urgent is this, blah blah blah. He already wants the call, right? So in this scenario, it's okay to break the rules, because if you really adhere to all the textbook rules, you know, this guy will be very frustrated with you because he already wants the call. Why are you making life difficult for him? You get what I mean? So I hope this clarifies. Okay, again, this one is the connection method, because this person is I took the initiative to add the person. Okay, a lot of times you have to take the initiative to grow your audience. You want opportunities? You don't wait for people to find you. Okay, you don't wait for people to add you. You don't wait for conversations to happen. This one, okay, I proactively reach out, I proactively make the connection, I proactively send the message. And it's just, hey, what's up? And this is how I talk. Okay, so common ground, okay, that's rapport. Okay, I uncover the goals. Okay, I resonate with him. Okay, I was direct. Okay, what kind of help do you want? Okay, and then I got the call booked. Okay, so this kind of conversation, you see how short it is? It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 exchanges, just 4 exchanges. Okay, and the call is booked. This one, same thing, right? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 to 10 exchanges, and the call is booked. Okay, so it's not a case of, oh, you need to spend 1 hour and tap so much. No. Okay, as you get good at this skill, you want to be effective. And effective means, how can I proceed through the stages fast with the least amount of wastage? If you really chat about everything under the sun, okay, it's gonna take like 100 pages for me to, you know, share this call book. And this one is a touch point. Okay, so basically earlier on I said, right, it could be Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, anywhere that a lead can have a conversation with you is a chance to book a call. In this case, what is the touch point? Facebook group. Okay, so welcome the person to the touch point and say welcome, and what's happening, what's the background, what's the goal. Okay, this one I didn't even talk about the pain, because the pain was given to me. Okay, so rapport, done. Background, done. Okay, goal, done. Alright, this is the goal, right? Then pain, done. Okay, I didn't really talk about urgency, I didn't really qualify, because she's already cooperating and, you know, she's moving so fast. Why would I stop her, right? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exchanges, call book. Okay, you don't waste time. Okay, because there's so many conversations that are happening in your shift. Okay, if you waste like 15 minutes here, okay, then these 2 other guys, okay, they're gonna tank, you know, they're just gonna float there and wait for your reply. So you have to be fast. It's like type this, and then go to this conversation, type this, send. Go to this conversation, type this, send. And go back here, he reply, I type this, I send. And go back here, he reply, I send. Then go back here, she reply, I send. So your pace, it needs to be strong. Okay. And then again, another one, community. So this person land on a touch point, you just reach out and say, okay, welcome to this touch point. What's your story? What's the background? Okay, so what's the problem? Okay, so what's the goal? Okay, very direct thing. It's not some crazy technique. It's a very human conversation, right? What's happening to you? What do you want to achieve? What's in the way? And then over here, he actually disappeared for a while. So what did I do? I bump with my favorite panda sticker. And it works for me because this is who I am. Okay, and he didn't reply. So I said, hey, happy 2022. You don't need a reason to check in. Okay, you don't need a reason to provide support. Okay, so again, what's happening? What's the story? Okay, so again, more pain, more goals, and I pitched for a call, and then he booked. Okay, another one, community. The person landing a touch point, hey, welcome, what's your story, what's happening, what have you done, what is the goal, what's the pain. Okay, he sent me a voice message telling me about his problems. So I say, okay, here's how I can help. Okay, and here you want to sell the value of the call. Okay, you want to sell the value of the call. Let's have a call so that we can work on what we have talked about. Okay, that makes the call more valuable. It sets the context. Okay, and then book a call. Okay, and of course in between you can send some resource, okay, to further support them on your process. Okay, and this one is one of my favorite methods. Okay, I will say, let's have a call, and okay, and then if I help you, give me a testimonial. Okay, so this starts with rapport. Okay, this person look at my content, and then we just rapport. Okay, background, goal. Can you see what the face is when you read these messages? Okay, this is rapport, you can tell, right? And then this background, right? What's your story? What are you doing? And then what is this? This is goal. Okay, what is your plan? What do you want to achieve? Goal. Okay, I didn't talk about the pain. And okay, rapport is strong here. And then booked. Okay, so you see the rapport is strong throughout, right? Okay, one more, application. This one is when people fill up forms, or they book calls with you already, or they registered for something. It's like they're coming to you, right? So it will be much easier to book calls. So, hey, Sean, okay, Sean, I've seen your form, I've seen your whatever that they put in. Okay, so what's your background? Okay, give them a few options, and then that's it. So you must understand that the whole time that I got all these calls booked, it's like rapport, send. Okay, where are we now? Okay, now next one is background, send. Okay, where are we now? I asked the goal, okay, pain, send. Okay, I need to send the link now, send. Okay, then come back, what did he reply? Okay, I send this, send. Come back here, what did he say? What do I need to do? Okay, I need to say this, send. And I come back here, okay, have I sent my resource? Okay, he's booked the call, okay, send resource, send. Okay, come here, and then rapport, okay, I send. And then come here, okay, book. And then what this person, So in 1 hour, it's all these calls need to be booked, and your pace, all that needs to be strong. Okay, because sometimes one shift is easily 3-4 hours. Okay, sometimes you might be working multiple 4-hour shifts, and the speed and the pace, like I said earlier, it needs to be strong. Okay, and remember, I'm doing this very fast, okay, but they don't know. Okay, and I'm doing this in a human way, and I have the balance between the human touch. At the same time, I need to be effective at work, you know what I mean? So if you get this balance wrong, people know if they're being sad. If you get this balance wrong, they know, oh, it's a setter, it's not real, I'm not gonna reply. So I hope that even though these conversations, they seem like nothing, okay, it's done on purpose, because I know that, first of all, this is my authentic voice, and I can see the stages happening, so I know what needs to happen. That's why it's so smooth, right? That's why I get to the call book so fast, right? And I know what the face is, so I know what to say, right? To transition into the next thing. It looks like very little, okay, it looks like it's not a lot, but that's because I've had so much practice that I'm able to do the most and transition the fastest by typing the least. Okay, and at the end of the day, you cannot want the call more than them. Okay, they have to want the call. So you don't want to sound like, hey, I really want to talk to you, let's get on a call, let's get on a call. No, they should be the one saying it. Okay, not you. You have to type less than them, and you have to sell the value so that they want the purpose of that call, not you. Okay, and the two big A's that I was talking about. Okay, authenticity. You see my voice, you see the way I type. This is how I talk in real life. Okay, so they know that it's a human typing. Okay, it's not an appointment setter. Some people you see when they send, you clearly know it's a script. You know, you clearly know it's not real. So whatever your voice is, or whatever the business owner's voice is, you have to get really good at it. Okay, and authority. Do you know why these conversations flow so well? It's because when they click on my profile, or when they see the business owner's profile, they know that, like I said earlier, this is someone who can help me. So even though you come and sell me, I still respect that you are someone with the solution I want. That's why I respect your name. That's why I respect your profile. That's why I respect this conversation, which is why I will reply fast and I will follow your lead. Authenticity and authority. Make sure you've already written down, okay? Authenticity and authority. Now, the big question, how do I find opportunities? Now, let me ask you this. If right now you don't have an opportunity, and we talk about authority, right? If you don't have an opportunity, then who is the authority? Make a guess in the chat. Okay? You are the authority. So this was 5 years ago when I had no offer, when I had no opportunity. I had to set for myself. So look at your own brand. Does your brand have authority? If you have no idea how to build your brand, you can go over to my Facebook, okay, and search for Sean Lim. This is my closer profile. Okay, you click on here, you'll see my one-page website. You click on here, you'll see my Instagram. And these are actual things that I do as a closer to self-source opportunities. And because of the content that I put out, now when business owners text me, I am setting them. And you can see, same thing. This was 5 years ago, okay, July 2018, when I had no experience. Again, I type less than them. Again, they wanted more. Again, I do the least to get to the maximum. And again, what am I doing? I'm setting them. I'm booking calls with them. Just that these calls are interviews. These were all done when I had no experience. You see, I clearly tell the person, I've been a closer only for 2 months. I still book the call. I still land the opportunity. Love the commitment. I'll be choosing someone this week and you're my top choice. You're one of my top choices. I'm not even in the UK or US or Canada. I'm all the way on the other side of the world in Singapore, and I can still beat the competition and land the opportunities. This one is a cold lead. Cold lead. I repeat, cold lead. This is an 8-figure influencer. He doesn't have time to reply to me. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't even need closers before this. But I send a message. I use my setting skills. I book an interview with him. I land, I pass the interview, I join the team. And if you want proof of the interview, okay, I always record all my interviews. If you go to my website or my YouTube, okay, you can easily find these videos. If not, just reach out and let me know. I can send it to you. And you can see how they test me, how they grill me, how they pressure me on the interviews. I'm fully prepared. Okay? So I hope you're clear that when you can do appointment setting, even as a closer, you never need to wait for guaranteed placement ever again. You don't even need to buy guaranteed placement because you are the guarantee. Right? And the fact that you can close these influencers to get on calls with you, you already proved to them that you are a good seller because you close them, right? Well, this guy asked me, you know, hey, what makes you think you'll be a good setter? Of course, I got you on the phone, right? I said, what better way to demonstrate than to say, oh, I would really love to set for you because I would really love you to let me set for you. That has no value at all. Right? And remember when I said that selling can be used to generate sales as well? Because a lot of times these leads, they're already sold. You know, they already want to buy. They already know you, they know your stuff. And the only reason that they didn't buy is like they're just 10-20% not clear on something. So when you check in 7K paid in full, you check in 6K paid in full, you check in, okay, installment plan, you check in 2K down, you check in 2K down, you check in 1500 down, check in 1500 down, check in 1200 down. And do you know that I didn't need to send these messages? I could have just waited and pretend I don't know, and you know, don't go and work in the inbox. But because I sent these messages, I didn't realize that they already wanted to buy. I didn't realize they just had 1 or 2 concerns. So do you see the power of chat now? You can literally do so many things with it. Land opportunities, close sales. Even if they don't buy today, you know, they're still going to ask you questions. You can still send them resource. You can still support them, you know, and then all year round, this one convert. 4 weeks later, this person convert. 3 months later, this person convert. 6 months later, this person convert. And imagine if every day you seed. You bum. You add. You welcome. You support. All in your DMs. And you can move so fast when you set. All year round, whether you are a seller, whether you are a closer, whether you're a business owner, whether you're just looking for opportunities, if you can do what I'm teaching today, how will that impact your remote closing career? And I hope you see by now I'm not teaching theory, right? These are things that I do. These are things that everyone should do, right? So I don't really have time to play all the videos, but the triage calls is, when you are an appointment setter, it's very important that you create space and opportunity for yourself to take calls. Because a lot of you say, I want to be a closer, but I start as a setter first. Fine. Then how are you going to transition? If all you have is setting experience, and then at the end of the day, they're still going to ask you, do you have closing experience? And you say, no, I only have setting. Then the whole plan to say, I want to start as a setter so that I can become a closer, that will not work. Because you never really fulfilled your ability to take live sales calls. So how are you going to do it? When you work as a setter, create space for yourself to do short triage calls. And if you want a demonstration on how I do it, okay, these are available on my website, on my YouTube. Okay, go to seansina.com, scroll down, okay, you can see all these demonstrations and study them, listen to them. Okay, and offer to get on calls with these people, help them. Okay, help them with your influencer's profile, help them with your profile. Okay, because once you get these as evidence, as a documentation of your progress as a setter, as a closer, and you put it like, let's say, on your 1-pager, right? You record it down. You know, it says so much about you than all these people. There's nothing they can show, because all they can do is talk. But you, my friend, you have documentation of your results, and that will help you. That will sell you more and faster than all these other hot air closers. No matter how much they say, they cannot beat you because you have already arrived. You know, you have already have proof. And people want leads. People want calls. People want sales. Okay? So I hope today the 10 points you've taken notes, okay, has opened your eyes, have given you some points of enlightenment to, oh, that's how I do it. Oh, that's how I can improve myself. Oh, that's how I can land opportunities. That's how I can differentiate myself. Okay, let me know in the comments right now your number 1 insight. Okay, and if some of the parts, you know, I went through too fast, or I didn't do a good job explaining, okay, there's only so much I can cover in an hour, and I've already overshot that hour. So if there's anything you want me to clarify, just reach out on social media, say, hey Sean, I have some questions regarding the training on this, okay, and then I'm not going to set you, even though I could, okay, but whatever resource that you need, you know, whatever process you want to learn about what I do, what I have, okay, just reach out on social media, send me a message, and I will give it to you. Okay, if I miss your message, just bump it up. Don't harass me, don't spam me, okay, don't do what, okay, those one-dimensional setters and closers do. And the one bonus thing I will share with you today is you have a choice. Well, some people, they come in and they say, I want to do appointment setting to make money. I want to do remote sales to make money. And deep down, really, they never really escaped the 9 to 5. They escaped the 9 to 5 and they kept that paradigm. They think to myself, it's just a job. It's just a task. I'm just a lead generator. I just come in, I just want to do my thing and I get paid. That's it. This is one type of mentality. Okay, I cannot say good or bad. You have to decide for yourself. Another mentality is I want to specialize. Okay, don't talk to me about closing. Don't talk to me about starting my business. I just want to be really good at setting and make my money, and I'm good. That's another kind of mentality. Again, there's nothing good or bad about it. It's really a choice. Okay? And another one is I am a leader. I am a sales leader. I'm a leader of my life. I'm a leader of my career. This is my business. I want to understand the whole game. Everything, Sean, you say about setting, triage calls, closing. I want to learn the whole thing. I want to be complete. Again, it's a longer path. It's a steeper curve. I can't say good or bad. It really is your choice. So this is the strategic setter training, and I hope that you've gotten the value and clarity that you came here to get. I would love to hear your number one takeaways in the comments, or at least any questions that you can have. Okay, if there's any part that I didn't clarify well enough, now is the time to put in the chat. I will read your comments, okay, and then in my subsequent training, okay, I will address them. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, just reach out directly on social media and send them my way. And I hope you enjoyed today's training. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you. Until next time, it's Sean Sina, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.